Thanks for joining us on this Friday night. 7 News is live at 5 with continuing coverage of the wildfires burning in the Carolinas tonight.
So we've got two still causing problems for people in our area. There's the Pinnacle Mountain Fire that's burned more than 5,000 acres in Pickens County. So far, it is about 35% contained because of the dry conditions. South Carolina now enforcing a statewide burning ban. That starts first thing tomorrow morning.
And in North Carolina, more than 900 firefighters are working to contain another nearly 7,000-acre fire. 7 News reporter Dave Jordan joins us live from Lake Lure with an update on the Party Rock fire. So, Dave, they're working, of course, round the clock there.
They are, Diane, 14-hour shifts. Those 920 firefighters splitting up into two groups. Obviously, one group working the mountain to take care of the fire, the other one protecting homes and structures. It's been a very busy time. This weekend, it could get even busier.
Well, yeah, we're tired. Working nights, so it's hard.
We caught up with Jason Barbie with the Albemarle Fire Department just after he wrapped up his overnight shift. It was supposed to end at 7 a.m., but he got back around 8:30.
Mainly, being able to make sure that the fire lines that are in place, that the fire doesn't come across that.
The Forest Service let us tag along to some of the areas where Barbie and other firefighters were placed. We found crews still on duty.
I was up all night on the fire line.
Firefighter James Valdez came all the way from New Mexico to assist. This is his second time in the Tar Heel State. His first trip was back in 2007 when North Carolina was also dealing with a drought.
It's burning pretty good over here. For this time of the year, I was like really surprised, it's burning in November.
And it may get worse over the weekend with strong winds expected to move in. To that end, resources have increased. Additional trucks came in earlier this week, and now more than 900 firefighters are mobilized, focusing heavily on structure protection.
It's a pretty rural area where it's burning, but we're getting close to houses and stuff, stacks up a lot of personnel.
As for Barbie, he's scheduled to leave tonight, but that trip back home may be temporary.
The guys coming in have a 7-day deployment, and then we'll have to reevaluate whether we can send any more or not.
So you could be coming back?
Yes.
Firefighters, as I mentioned, are working around the clock. In fact, it's 7 o'clock, which is about an hour and a half from now. That's when the new shift comes in and they take over from the shift that has been out there all day. These firefighters are working hard, no doubt about it, but this fire is also affecting the departments back home because firefighters there have to cover the shift for the firefighters who are working the Party Rock fire. We are live tonight in Lake Lure. Dave Jordan, 7 News.
Dave, so taxing on those crews, and this fire seems to have changed so much since it first started. Is there any new concerns that have come up?
We learned a new term today, Diane. It's called snags. What those are trees that are upright, but they're essentially dead trees. And those trees have been toppling and falling down in and around the firefighters. Now, the reason these trees are dangerous is because a lot of these firefighters work at night and they don't know that they're dead, so they can only get an idea when the trees start to fall. So how do these trees remain upright and still be essentially dead? That's because we haven't had any rain in the area for 46 days, and also because the fire is scorching the ground, burning the roots, cutting off the water supply that would be there in the moisture. So that is what is causing these snags. So that's something that they're having to look out for tonight.
Christy has a question for you, Dave. You speaking of staying upright, how do they go home to sleep at night when they're working these 14-hour shifts and come back? What are they doing?
They are literally sleeping, Gordon, in tents right outside of City Hall. That is the command post. And, where our truck was yesterday, we saw several cots laid out as far as the eye can see, and also some tents. That's where they are sleeping. So when the shift comes in and they switch out, some of those firefighters get a meal, they go to bed, the new group, I should say, replace them, and it's sort of, they're switching them out, swapping them out, and that's how they're doing. It's a well-oiled machine, but it is hard work, no doubt about it.
Everything you've said just puts it so into perspective, and we are grateful for what they're doing out there. Dave, thank you.
It's truly, it's not just 14-hour shifts. They're 14-hour shifts on the side of a mountain. It's just humbling to hear that. You can help these guys if you're impressed too. If you want to go make donations, they have urgent need right now, they say, for socks. They also need things like chapstick, eye wash, bandanas, protein and breakfast bars. If you can help these guys who, as we are describing here, are just superhuman effort. Head to WSPA.com. You can get a full list of places to drop these things